We've gone from one standard model of working, everyone goes to the office every day pretty much, unless a few exceptions, to what I count as about 6 different potential models of working. And I think that change is driving changes in how we work, how leaders lead, how people fit into their organisations, how culture works. So I think we are seeing a very big moment of change at work. I think the weight of employee demand for different ways of working is so high that even when bosses really want everyone back, a lot of them are gritting their teeth and saying, do you know what, we really haven't got any choice. It's really hard to unwind this across the board. Of course, we will have some companies who are back full time, and I think we're seeing a sort of move towards that for some organisations at the moment, but I think that everyone competing with them is going to move the other way in order to compete with them on talent, because we know that this is how people want to work. I used to talk to the future of work before the pandemic, and I used to ask people who thinks the way of working is working really well for them right now, and I'd be lucky if 10% of the people in the room put their hands up. So I think the thing that bosses who want to go backwards don't quite realise is how untenable the way we were working had become for so many households. So the explosion of always on, the globalisation of our communications, meaning you might be on a call, to Shanghai, to Sydney, to San Francisco, all in the same day, carrying around our Blackberries and then our phones and our laptops, with ever longer commutes and the cost of housing and the rise of dual income households meant that many people were completely drowning. I think what those bosses who are shouting everyone to go back to the office are missing is that actually people just felt so overwhelmed before by demands, and COVID kind of opened the doors and let the light in to go, actually maybe there's another way that actually we could have a life and do a job and it could work a bit better. People are overwhelmed by the explosion of communications that we've had during COVID. So new platforms, Slack and Teams and WhatsApps and emails, all these different things pinging at people. They never get a moment's peace. People going into the office and getting no value out of it because the rest of the team's not there, or they're all on Teams calls or Zoom calls when they're there. If you look at all of the research into productivity, and there have been dozens and dozens of reports since the pandemic, what you find is that there's not a strong link between location of work and productivity itself. But if you ask people, they will generally say that their most productive time is at home when they get fewer interruptions and they say they can focus more. I think the measures of productivity are very different to location. Do you get on with your manager? Are you clear about what it is that you're supposed to be doing? Do you have the tools and resources to do it? Many leaders, I think, are in a similar position in that it worked for them by definition, and it's sort of the way things are supposed to be. And it's very easy to say, well, everyone who's working at home is lazy. I think this could be a golden age. I think that this is an incredible moment of opportunity. The world of work has opened up and given employees options, and when you look at a job now you can say, well, what's the job doing, how much does it pay, what are the benefits, and how does it work, how do I work in that organisation, and does that work for me? My view is that the most successful companies of the future are going to really focus on the conditions in which their teams can be as productive as possible. And that will not be being online for 14 hours a day, semi-distracted, responding to messages, half in meetings, emailing and doing other things while they're in meetings. That will be defining exactly what people are supposed to do and creating the conditions where they can do it. I think the best companies will empower their managers to work with their teams to go, what are the conditions for you and this team to work the absolute best? What do we need to turn off? What do we need to not do? Because so many people I interview tell me there are so many initiatives that they're coming out, so many things coming out from the centre that they have to do this and they have to do that, and it's, it's Tune In Tuesday and it's Wacky Wednesday and it's Thirsty Thursday and it's no meetings on Friday and no emails after 7. They're just ignoring all of it because they can't get anything done. I think we will pare back, allow people to do the work they need to do, let them get on with it and judge them on their results rather than the 5,000 messages they respond to a week. If we capitalise on the golden age that we have now, this moment of all the shifting parts, I think we could in 10 years have companies that are defined partly by how they work as well as what they do. We will have employees who are able to choose a working model and a way of working that suits them well. That's the kind of company that I would be looking to invest in.